I will, I will hit the record
Okay.
button now. So we are officially into this session. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Simon, or Nina Simon, as some people call me. And I have here, at least on my screen, on the left side, I have Diogo. Maybe you can move.
I
Awesome. And then here also from our Cobuntu team is Rafael.
Hello, everyone.
Awesome. So we want to share with you today what we've been working on for the last months. We all come from different backgrounds, so I just use it as a brief introduction as well. So for myself, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a community builder, and you probably know me as a female empowerer because I built the last years an international network called She Sapiens. And thank you, Sherry. So that's more or less it. I will pass the word to Diogo.
So, hi, everyone. I'm Diogo. I'm not so known as Nina is for sure. I come from a software engineering background. I have 5 years of experience as a software developer. And recently, throughout like the past 2 years or something, I fell in love with the way people interact and get to know each other and connect. And I developed like an act for developing human-centered engagement systems, I would say, sustainable systems. That's what Kubuntu is all about, and we're here to show you that.
Awesome. And I will very quickly pass the word to Rafael, who's not prepared for that, but maybe he can still say a few words.
Yes, so I've been working for the past 5 years more in engineering roles for management, such as CTO, engineering manager, so those kind of roles. And I'm also not that known as Simone is, but following the same approach as Diogo did, I'm here to make sure the engineering works and everything work fast and reliable.
Awesome. And that's for sure something that I can share with you already. I have never worked in my entire life with people that are that fast and that smart. And I truly mean it. So I'm super, super excited that I met these two guys here in our call. And I would like to ask you very quickly if you could please drop your name in the chat and maybe what is your relation to community. So where are you coming from? Why are you joining this call? And for Vera, he was also here now. Thank you so much for joining us. We just made a quick introduction, and now I would like to know from you, who are you and what is your community, or why are you joining today? Just please drop it in the chat. Don't be shy.
Yeah. Can't be in the community world and be shy.
Yeah, that should be very unlikely for community leaders or advocates here. Be shy. Amazing.
Really cool people.
Yes, I'm excited. Amazing. I can already say I have so much respect for all of your work. I admire every single one of you. Thank you for
Would love to
doing
get to know
this.
each. Would love to get to know each and every one of you, like in person, like have one-on-one talks. Would be amazing.
I also love what Irina says, like ex-lawyer, community builder in my core. I bet so many of you are like having like this label of like lawyer, engineer, but then in the heart, we're something completely different.
The connection is amazing.
Yeah. Even Pedro, I'm very grateful that you're here from the investment world. Can be very anti-community, very elbow society. So thank you for joining. Awesome. Thank you. Great. Okay. Ladies who talk. Ah, yeah, exactly. Ah, amazing that I meet you finally. Awesome. Okay, great. So yeah, as Yogo already shared, um, we've been involved in this whole community topic since years, and maybe I give the word very quickly to Diogo so he can tell you how Kubuntu actually started, like what was the initial pain point or the original moment that made him start this project. And I can already spill the tea that it was not a straight line. There were like some up and downs in the project, some pivots, but I'm happy that we found together as a team. Diogo.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna make this as quickly and as short as possible because I've been told I talk too much sometimes. So I actually met Rafa, and I joined Rafa's online community about a year and a half ago, and it was a software engineering community. And I was looking for sort of a career change, trying to change my life, turn things around. But the community was very dead. Like there was very little engagement. Although I learned a lot from Rafa. Uh, and I was starting to develop a business at that point, and like Simone said, like it didn't work out so well. And I turned my eyes into engagement in those communities. Like, what is wrong here? Can we tap into this somehow? What makes people interested? And then I started going all out to engagement, and as I said, like human-centered, sustainable systems, and it led me to develop what we are doing today with Cobuntu. That's the gist of it, basically.
Awesome. It has been a ride. So basically, in its core, Kubuntu tries to solve community leaders' problems as easy and free as possible. So we are building an ecosystem, and that's what we would love to show you today. But before we do so, I think Diogo has prepared two questions to get to know you a little bit better. We just
Mhm.
want to quickly play a word cloud so that we can see which are the topics that are on top of our desks.
So just to make
Okay,
this a little bit more interactive, I dropped a Menti link in the chat, and it's a word cloud. It has two questions, and just to get to know, the first question is, what are you interested in when it comes to community? So, what brings you to this huge world and complex system? And yeah, just drop the link and give us your best answers. Let's get to know
okay,
what you love about the world of community.
perfect. And Diogo, I suggest that if everybody is done with typing their answers, you're gonna quickly share your screen. So
Okay, let me just find the share button here. Can you accept the request, please?
yes, done.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's quickly answer all these questions. What are you interested in when it comes to community? Just drop everything into the Mentimeter. And actually, I just noticed that we can only accept one response, but
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
fair.
I want
That's
to
also okay.
prioritize your answer.
Oh, okay, I see. Focus. Clarity is good. Okay, great. So we already have networking, support, events, raising consciousness, communication. Okay, awesome.
Sorry, just looking. Can you
Perfect.
check if everyone has answered? Yeah, awesome.
People, pure and simple. Mm, I don't
Best
know who
answer.
that was, but I fully agree. The essence of people. Okay, amazing. Time for question number two.
Hmm. So, so what do you
Okay.
consider as a community leader? And even if you're not a community leader, just guess. Intuition is always a good answer. So, what do you think is the biggest pain point to overcome as a community leader?
Mm-hmm.
And again, only one answer. Just really try to prioritize what you're feeling.
Mm, okay. All right. Reach, marketing, engagement, cultural differences are interesting. Interesting answer.
Too many ideas, not so much, not so much space to write an answer.
Yes. Sometimes it's even that, right? Sometimes it's like having the space to share ideas, which can be
Mhm.
also a pain point of a community. So true. Okay, great. So many
So many
tasks.
tasks.
Oh, yeah. Provide quality while growing. Yes, I just completed someone's sentence, I guess. Amazing. If there's something else you want to share, you can do that in the chat.
I think we're
Otherwise,
done with this one.
otherwise, I thank you, and I just give you a little bit of an intro how we got here, and then Diogo shows you already what we have developed together. So, as some of you know, I'm a community and ecosystem builder since 10 years. And I run an agency that helps organizations build community. And we do this across industries. So we go from nonprofit over some kind of real estate law, boutique firms to big organizations that have implemented some kind of membership model. And I think we are all on the same page. If I tell you that when we talk about community, we usually find two types of communities in this world. We find communities that are basically implemented in the operations, within the operations of an organization, um, even until its core. And then we find businesses that are entirely community businesses. And I know a few of you here. So I know, for example, Stephen, that recently turned into a community business because he implemented a membership. So he turned from just a community into a community business. And I might assume that, for example, someone like Pedro, who actually doesn't run a community business, but is dealing with investment in his company, relies highly on networking, which means that he has eventually to implement here and there some community aspects in his business in order to gain visibility and reach. So we are dealing here with two types of communities. Okay? I think this is important to understand. However, we are all suffering from the same pain, more or less the same pain points, which is dealing with people is a lot of work. And usually the people that are, let's say, the leaders at the top, they're at one point in time super overwhelmed because especially if you don't run a community business, which means that you don't necessarily monetize and you are not necessarily sustainable, at one point in time, you're completely overwhelmed with tasks and you don't really know how to delegate because you have no money to delegate. So the two things we're dealing here with are engagement and monetization. And if we now look into the world of community businesses, so talking about memberships, lifetime offers, it can be even a gym subscription as Sherry has it. What we also need are sponsors. Maybe we need even bigger players in within our community ecosystem that sponsor certain events or products or anything like this. So what Diogo and I did is we were sitting down for weeks to actually figure out all of these pain points, like into detail, to see how we can actually create an ecosystem that brings creators slash influencers together with community leaders, as well as together with brands that can operate as sponsors. Okay, so these are the three players in this golden triangle that we are trying to create our ecosystem with. And from this point, we were starting. However, as you might know, building a product like this, and there are already tons of solutions out there, requires so much time and so much money. So we were thinking, how can we actually solve this cold start problem, as we call it in the entrepreneurial world? And we were deciding, okay, let's tackle one problem after another, and let's see how we can help specifically community leaders to solve these problems. So the first problem that we want to present to you that has to do with engagement um, is specifically for community leaders that are running a lot of events and that are being sit in a very tight ecosystem where a lot of players and they have to constantly uh, let's say compete and collaborate with each other. So, and that's what we want to present you first. I give the word to Diogo.
Okay, so as Nina said, we've built several mini products as part of our major ecosystem we're trying to build. And one of them is Calendrift. And as Nina said, it's all about coordination between communities to solve engagement. Imagine this. How many times have you scheduled an event and another community who's as big as yours in the same area scheduled an event in the same day? It's bad, right? Because people are undecided, which event do I go? And there's little coordination in this. And not only that, but many of you answered in the word cloud, as we saw, like visibility and reach is one of the major problems to solve as a community. So what if we try to open the borders between communities and let everyone inside each respective community communicate and see what's going on with other communities? So we're trying to break the silos within communities, the same as happens in organizations. So Calendrift is a super easy app. Basically, you can sign in with Google or any other account that you sign in with. And I'm just going to create a very test account right now. I'm going to delete this later. Don't worry about it. But many of you already know this tool. Many of you are already using it. Unfortunately, some of the people who are using it aren't here today. But well, when you register to Calendrift for the first time, you can register your user. In this case, it should be a community. I'm just going to create a test user right now. And as soon as you create your user, you're prompted to create your first event. So who do you want to notify in this ecosystem? Let's skip this for now and do it later. And perhaps the most important thing about Calendrift is who do you want to see what's going on in your own community? So in here, you can see all the communities who are already registered in the Cobuntu ecosystem. There's quite a few of them, which is amazing at this stage. And when you sign into Calendrift, you can say, for instance, I want to share my dummy community, let's say with Chi Sapiens, which is Nina's community. So I request to share, I send her an invite, and it's done. Just like that, Nina has received an email, and if she accepts it, I can view her own community's events right here. Not only that, but if I start to register my own event here, like let's party tomorrow or something like that, let's schedule it for today. And it's a non-recurring event, and it's an in-person meetup, and let's do it in Cascais near the beach. And I can now say, do I want to notify my community circle from the communities I've shared my calendar with? This is a completely optional thing, but everyone can see your events registered in the calendar. But if you want to directly notify them via email, it's as quickly as just pressing this button right here, and the event is registered, and everybody in your ecosystem is notified. So if Nina were to accept this request, I'm not sure if she did. I think she just did or not, but I would be able to see her community here and all her events. And at the same time, she would be able to see my event here. And I can show you just as quickly. So we have this community, which is the Cobuntu community. It's connected to every single community on Calendrift. And as you can see, it's quite different view. Like we have 17 communities here in this inner circle, as we've called it, and it's heavily populated with events. So if you're a community builder in the area and you heavily rely on events to monetize, to sustain engagement, well, you should definitely be using this because you want to break down the silos within communities to improve your visibility, but at the same time, prevent event clashes and safeguard your members from being undecided into which event to join. Calendrift is that simple. It's a very simple solution just to solve a very small pain point, but that makes a very big difference. And it's part of the ecosystem we're building.
Exactly.
So back to you,
and
Nina.
I just accepted your request. So now you can see that tomorrow
You're
morning
already
I'm
here.
actually hosting an event. And yeah, if you would be creative mornings right now, you would be smart not to schedule an event tomorrow morning because I'm already expecting 20 something entrepreneurs. And yeah, that's basically it. I think that tool is amazing because it actually doesn't take you as much time as Luma or Eventbrite to register your events where you need everything in detail. And I don't know how you feel about that, but sometimes like things like creating a banner or getting all the social media handles of my speakers takes me a lot of time, especially here in Portugal. So sometimes I know when I host the event and I know where I want to host the event, but I don't know all the details. So in this calendar, the idea is that as soon as you know when you're hosting an event, you can put it in there and then you share it with your peers. And the great um, part of it is you can decide with who you want to share it, how long you want to share it with them, and also if you send a request to someone and they're not accepting. So let's say I'm going to send a request to Creative Mornings and they don't accept my request, even though I maybe follow up 2 times, then I know like, oh, okay, they're not playing in my team. So that's also, sometimes no answer is also an answer. Okay.
Indeed,
We can
So
well,
poke them
Creative
again.
Mornings will always answer, and we'll accept your
amazing.
request. So thanks for singling us out as an example, though.
One
Amazing.
thing I'd like
Yes.
to add, if possible. So we actually did a lot of research on community engagement and sustainability and monetization. Nina has a huge experience in building one of the biggest entrepreneurial communities in the world for females. And we're actually launching a newsletter with all the insights we've gathered around monetization, reach, growth, all the good stuff you want to know about. And we're going to link it to Calendrift. And what we're going to do is every community that is registered here has a chance to win a lottery, let's say, to be featured in our digest events, basically. What does this mean? That every community registered in the Cobuntu ecosystem can get to know what you're doing. What events are you promoting? What is the community champion of the month? So we use our own broad ecosystem where we encompass all the communities to give visibility to each and every single one of you. And that's another thing that Calendrift is meant to have to solve is really visibility. More than event clashes is visibility between communities, no more borders to help you grow in an organic and sustained fashion.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And we have quickly Sherry who has here a question before we move on with the next tool because we want to keep it short here today. Sherry.
Yeah, just a quick question. So, I spend a lot of time informing my members of meetings, especially in Lisbon, because a lot of them are Qashqai's based. So
Mm-hmm.
essentially, I am just constantly bombarding them with, hey, there's another meeting coming up, so they can sign up and they can join. Or for example, like Steven's group, I'm also a member of his
Mm-hmm.
organization. So I always like to share that with my members as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would love to see from you is
Mm-hmm.
a member user interface where I can take the groups that I know my members would be interested
Mm-hmm.
in, and I can then share that link with my members. So I don't have to keep doing this constantly. It's a lot of work, but it's important
Yeah.
for them. They look to me to help them figure out like where they should be, and because I go and I vet these events for them. So I would like to be able to share it more easily. So just a suggestion. It would help me a lot if that was something that you could look into and maybe in the.
Awesome. We won't
That's
comment
that's
on that
actually
now, Diogo,
yeah.
because I know him. I know Diogo,
I can't
sorry.
spill the beans.
I have to cut you here, Diogo, already because I know you.
but
He
but
has
really,
thought that about
Sherry,
already.
Sherry, thank you for the feedback. It's really important because Kubuntu isn't just like another company. I don't want to sound cliche, but it's built for community leaders by community leaders. And this sort of feedback that we get from you guys is exactly why we're doing this and why it works. Because we're not just making this stuff up at the top of our heads. It comes from you guys. What is your real pain points that we're trying to solve? So very thanks for that.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump into the second tool, which has to do with monetization, because I don't know about you, but there are like Discords, Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups. It's a lot of noise, and when the community grows, it gets like super exhausting to moderate all these chats. And at least for me, I'm getting annoyed if people are constantly promoting their events and their things. So we wanted to create something that actually allows you to keep that chats, that discords, or Slack channels, while at the same time giving individuals a chance to monetize what they are building. Because in the end of the day, a community, of course, has a shared set of values and a common goal. However, we have to understand that we can be only as successful as our members. So, Diogo, can you share us this, please, in 5 minutes? You have 5 minutes.
All right. Just a very brief intro I like to do is one of the things I learned that I most love to research is the whole name of Cobuntu. It stems from the African philosophy of Ubuntu, which literally translates to we are because you are. So the individual, if you translate this to a community language, it means that the community grows as much as its individual members grow. And that's exactly what this app does. So imagine I registered on this app. I'm going to create my own community account. I'm going to create with this email. And here we are. So when you log in, I'm just going to do the flow for you guys, the community leaders, and the members is just as equally as simple. So let's say I want to register my own community. I can select where is my community hosted? Is it Discord or Slack? WhatsApp is impossible to integrate, and Telegram, we're working on that for the future. So stay tuned. But I'm just going to test it with a Discord community I created here for testing. And I select my Discord community, and it instantly prompts me, do you want to fetch your own Discord community? So from the email I inputted that I registered with, I authorize, and our custom bot will enter the tool. And here is the Cobuntu demo server, which is exactly this Discord community you see right here. So I click register, and as simply as that, your community is now registered in the Cobuntu ecosystem. And now you're prompted to connect your community to a Gumroad account to promote community-owned products within your own Discord server. So let's do that very quickly. And for those of you that don't know, Gumroad is basically this third-party creator platform. So it's very simple. You register your own products and people can buy them. It's just a product catalog. The cool thing about it is it has an affiliate market, which is exactly what we're tapping into right here. And I'm going to explain it all in a bit. So I've authorized, I've connected to my Gumroad account, and now my community is now linked to a creator platform where I have my own community's products there. It can be courses, it can be memberships, it can be event tickets, anything can be hosted on Gumroad. And now I'm prompted to connect my community to a Stripe account, but let's skip that for now because Stripe takes a hell of a lot of work to configure. So I skip and I'm instantly prompted. Do you want to share a message in your community? Like, do you want to notify your members that Cobuntu is now an integral member of your community? So if we send a message here, and our bot is fully integrated with both Slack and Discord. It monetizes everything. And I've already received a notification here. If I go to my community, to the channel I selected, here's the Cobuntu bot. He's very friendly. And he just sent me a message saying that Cobuntu is now live in the community. And it notifies all your members that they can now basically endorse their products in the community. What does this mean? As a content creator, I can ask you, a community leader, to promote my content in your community in a very controlled fashion. So no spamming, only the channels you allow them to promote in. You have cooldowns to say, okay, you can post, but only every 12 hours, only every 24 hours. You control literally everything in the community, and you approve the products that people request to endorse. So if I go back to the page, I can now manage my community, and I view here all the products that my community currently owns. This product right here that you see is from the Gumroad account I connected my community to. So this is a community-owned product. What can I do with this? I can go to my user dashboard and I can create a post inside my community. I select my product and I say, hey guys, check out my new product right here. I select the channel. Let's place it in the endorsements channel. I post it. And it's fully automated. You don't have to do literally anything. And in the announcements channel, you can now see here a post made from the Cobuntu bot. And this link right here, if a member were to post a product endorsement, this is a custom link. What does that mean? Our bot is constantly listening for the messages in your community. Is it a link to a product that's not authorized? Are they spamming your community with products you didn't authorize? We cut the noise. The post is automatically removed by the bot. If it's an authorized post, then this right here is an affiliate link. What does that mean? That when somebody purchases through your authorized link, you earn a commission from it. And that's the whole ecosystem we're trying to build here. So you as a community leader, you own the stage, the audience, the eyeballs, and the influence. You have indie creators, writers, fitness coaches, gurus, everyone inside your community that wants to share something, because the spirit of community is about just as giving as it is for receiving. So leverage your own influence and allow people to promote in a controlled fashion in your community. And in the end, if I just close this tab right here, if my PC were to let me, I can show you what it would look like. This is another community I've registered, and it has a lot more products registered here. But one of the things I want to show you is that we track all of your sales, and you can instantly start making revenue in your community without memberships, without people spamming the group chat with products that have nothing to do with your community. You control literally everything, and you earn money with this. It's very sustainable. It's authentic engagement. Nobody's doing here that's not authorized in your community. And that's what this tool is all about.
All right, amazing. So because community leaders, thank you for sharing, Diogo. Maybe you can close it. Because communities are all about like saving money and saving time, which we are. We only have 3 minutes left in this Zoom call. So guys, I thank you for being here today. I want that Diogo maybe pops the link to our Discord channel here in the chat. So if you have questions to one of the features that we've just shown to you, please just drop them there and we will answer all of them. Okay?
And one thing I didn't mention is that all of the tools we showcase here today are 100% free. We do not charge for any of these. So if you'd like to be onboarded and give it a test shot, well, you have the Discord server, which I'm trying to find here, the link. So I left the link in the chat. You have my contact. You all know Nina very well as well. Let's get to know each other the following week. You can outreach us. Let's try to onboard your communities either on Slack or via Discord, whichever is more convenient to you. And let's try to give you more sustainable ways to manage your community without burning out.
Yes, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna ask for little group pictures for the ones that want to be here with us for this memorable moment. So everyone who's not here with camera, if you want to turn on your camera to be seen, like Irina, for example, from Ladies UX, then feel free to join us.
A quick question from Truth. On Discord and Slack, it's exactly the same bot. Like the UI is different from Slack and Discord, but the bot has the same functionalities. So it scans your messages, it cuts out promotion from posts that are not authorized, and it notifies you of upcoming requests to endorse, to review. So it's exactly the same thing.
I guess my question is more, depending on the products and services that might be offered and the community management, what are the advantages or disadvantages?